Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with Cambium Networks. Today's host is Jody Bolt. She is their Director of Training and Development, and she'll be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please submit them in the question box, and Jody will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Jody, thank you so much for your time and being with us today. Appreciate it. I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Thank you, Julie. As Julie said, welcome to today's webinar. I am Jody Belt, and I'm the Director of Training and Development for Cambium Networks. And I've been with Cambium for about 2 years now, but I've been in training and development for over 20. So please don't do the math. But I've been in this space for a very long time, and I've seen it evolve tremendously over the past 20 years from what it was then to the amazing technology and what it is today. In addition to learning and development, I also help manage all of the technical guides and technical content at Cambium, and I'm a strong believer in that content is content and learning is learning, and both the two shall meet together to make people successful. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Cambium Learning and how I see it as knowledge is power. Make sure my screen moves forward here. There it goes. So at Cambium Learning, we really look at training kind of in buckets. So as I mentioned just a second ago, content is content. And we like to deliver it in multiple different channels to give everybody the maximum ability to access information, learn from information, and apply information. So we have live webinars, and these are offered every week, usually around 9 a.m. on Thursdays or Tuesdays are kind of our go-to times. And they cover product information, how to do something, industry trends, vertical markets, solutions, success stories, kind of anything you can think of that we would share in 45 minutes or less. And you can always find those and register for those on Cambium's website. Then we have online learning, and this is relatively new to us. We've been in this space for about the last 18 months. And what we've really tried to do is create content that is very micro-focused, so no more than 20 minutes, and very focused on a specific topic, task, or skill. And then we have our instructor-led classes. I always consider these our Cadillac of our offerings. It uses the same content that we use for our online learning and for our webinars, but when you get into an instructor-led class, there's always just that extra value. The added flavor for the instructors, that extra knowledge they give, the camaraderie of the students in the classroom. You get to learn from each other, share stories, build a network. But we also recognize that not everybody can make it to an instructor-led class, and so that's why we offer the other two channels as well, especially when you get really remote into the world in our Africa area, parts of Asia, Eastern Europe, even in Central and Latin America. It's not always easy to get to an instructor-led class. So we're really lucky in the States where we have a lot of access to it. So we have to provide these other channels as well for people to access content when they want it, where they want it, and how they can digest it. We do our instructor-led training through certified partners. So Cambium itself does not have any trainers, which is sometimes a little news to people. We use our partners to help deliver instructor-led training, such as Microcom. They are one of our certified training partners, and if you haven't had a chance to take a class from Joya yet, she's one of the ones I work with quite frequently. Great instructor, fantastic knowledge base. I strongly encourage it. So anytime you're taking an instructor-led session, it's always from one of our trusted connected partners and not directly from Cambium. But we do give them all the tools and resources to hopefully make them successful. And we do that through a Cambium learning platform. So we launched this about October-ish of last year. It's our new online learning platform. And here's where we put all of our courses that we have. So any e-learning courses, as well as a complete schedule advertising all of our instructor-led classes that we have offered around the world. And you'll see there kind of on the right-hand side, we have a couple CM pilot courses coming up in Oklahoma City, Rolling Meadows, San Diego. And what happens is we advertise them here, and then when you click the link, you get redirected over to one of our connected partners who's actually delivering that class and can help you with registration and get you enrolled and get you started. All of our certified instructors that do teach for us are considered authorized or certified. They have to take all the classes themselves, they have to pass all the tests, and they have to stay up on all of our latest products and advancements. So they're a really committed group. I love them. I couldn't do my job without them. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see kind of what our online learning looks like. All those different thumbnails with the different topics, and you'll see they range from basic instruction, like just what is radio frequency, into product training. There towards the bottom, we have some EP&P courses showing up, as well as some certification exams, which I'm going to touch on those just in a little bit later. But you'll also notice that all of our courses have a star rating. We're very, very passionate about the content that we create, and we try to make sure that it is always useful and always helpful. And so we use the star rating kind of as our guide if we're hitting the mark. So anything that has less than 4 stars gets pulled down, gets reviewed, gets revamped, and put back up again. So we encourage anybody who does take a training course from us, an online, give us your feedback. Let us know. Was it helpful? Was it not? I always joke that not everything we do is brilliant, and sometimes it's not always what people need. And without your feedback, we can't get better and we can't give you what you need. So we kind of leverage the two, our online platform and our instructor-led classes, to really give you the best opportunity to learn about Cambium and, more importantly, be successful with Cambium solutions. We also have a mobile app that you can take courses through. So it's called Go.Learn, and you can kind of see the little icon for what the app would look like in the App Store, and that's through iPhone or through Android. And it does allow you to be able to access courses through your mobile app, as well as to download them and play them offline. So we do this specifically for those people that help sell training or sell training as well as sell Cambium products. A lot of times they're stuck at airports or in travel, and they can quickly get some training or get some knowledge through the mobile app. And we do have it linked into our what's known as our single sign-on, but our Cambium support ID. So if you have a Cambium support ID, you can easily log into the mobile app and you can log into Cambium Learning. We've connected our sign-on process to hopefully make it easier for everybody. So your Cambium ID will get you into the support desk for any help there. Cambium Learning to access all of our learning courses, as well as CN Maestro, which is our single pane of glass web application that helps you manage all of the Cambium devices. So I'll talk a little bit more about that too later. But that same login, that Cambium support ID, gets you into all those applications, including this mobile app. And just one thing I kind of wanted to point out, you'll see in the second little panel there, towards the bottom, there's a sign in button. Don't ever click that. That doesn't get you anywhere. You want to look for the light blue one that says sign in using your Cambium network ID. And that's your Cambium support ID. Usually it's your email with a password. And that will give you access into all of the e-learning as well as additional assets that we have. And we've been really conscious in the last 18 months about making most of our content responsive, so it can work on a tablet or a mobile device or a desktop as well. We're also seeing a lot more people that are going into the field using tablets or the bigger smartphones, if you will, instead of laptops and computers. So we're getting more and more mobile, or in your hand, as they say, in your hand knowledge as we move forward through our platform. But that's all kind of tools and technology. What I want to focus on next is talking a little bit about the learning experience. And that's something that we really focus on, my team and I, and making sure that when someone is engaging with Cambium and trying to get knowledge, that they have a good experience. And one of the things that we've really focused on is micro content. It's kind of a new buzzword in the training profession, but it's taking content and chunking it into little bits of information that someone can digest in 10 to 20 minutes or less. Sometimes they're even shorter. Sometimes they're 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And if you think about it, Julie and I were just talking about this before we started today. When you don't know how to do something, you Google it. And when you Google it or search the internet for it, you're looking for that little tidbit of do this, do this, do this, do this, and there you go. Whether it's a YouTube video or an infographic or a white paper or even just a couple quick little steps, that's what people are expecting from their learning. And we're moving more and more into that direction with our micro content and making that experience. So if you go into Cambium Learning and you search on something, you'll see a whole bunch of different content objects that meet that topic. So for example, on the screen here, this is our CN Pilot instructor-led course, but you'll notice attached to the course are all these little elements or content objects as we call them that can help you learn how to do something. So for example, maybe the first time you installed a CN Pilot with Cambium, you did the 410 and it was great and you got it running and everything's good. But now you are upgrading to the E600, our latest version. Well, how do you install that? You can go back into the course that if you happen to take an instructor-led class, and attached to that course is roughly a 4-minute video on how to install an E600. You can get to that exact same piece of content by just searching in our site, and it comes up as its own course and its own learning object. You'll see as well, we have the 430 video. So we're trying to add in a little tiny bits of knowledge that at the time you took the training might not have been relevant, or you took the training but you forgot. And then now you can go back in and that experience gives you the ability to find that just enough information just when you need it for you to be successful. And we're just starting down this path, so we've maybe got about 300 assets like that in our platform today, but you'll see that growing more and more. And I know Microcom's doing that as well through their YouTube channel and things like that. So everybody's kind of moving in that direction of just that just-in-time information, that just-in-time nugget of information for you to be successful. We also have some kind of testing for understanding, if you will, some certifications. So if you want to become Cambium certified, which gives you some extra perks and access to information, we offer 10 different certifications today, and they range roughly from about 25 to 50 questions, and they cover product knowledge, installation, configuration, maintenance, and troubleshooting. And after you take the certification exam, if you achieve an 80% or higher, you're considered Cambium certified. And you get a cute little Cambium certification badge that you can add to your email. You can put on your social media pages. We had one partner who had it sewn onto the sides of their shirts, which is great. But as you're learning all these tidbits of knowledge, at some point you might say, you know what, I know a lot about this product. I want to get certified. And you can absolutely come into our platform and take any one of those certifications. They're all offered in English, and many of them are also offered in Spanish, Portuguese, Polish, and we're adding more and more languages every single week as we get more and more global. But those are our great kind of badges or statements of honor to put onto your portfolio of your knowledge in Cambium solutions and in products. Moving forward into 2019 later this year and even into 2020, we're going to be offering even some more professional level type certifications like network planning and Wi-Fi planning, which is a real unique skill and kind of goes above the product knowledge. We'll be looking to add that certification as well as one for sales. If you want to sell all of the Cambium solutions, you can get sales certified as well. So you'll see some more of those higher end professional type certifications coming out, looking most likely like Q3 of this year. We'll start releasing them and into 2020. So we're kind of excited about that little trend that we're working on. One program I do want to take just a few minutes to kind of highlight is, in addition to all of our product training and technical knowledge training, we recently released Cambium Connecting You. And if you've had any experience with Cambium in the past, you might have heard it as Cambium College. Well, we kind of completely revamped it this year, and now it's called Cambium Connecting You, and it consists of kind of 4 levels of information. We mirrored it off of a university like freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, and it's really about establishing base knowledge where you don't have maybe you're an administrator that works for a WISP and or you're in accounting or finance, but you're really interested to know about what it is we're actually doing in fixed wireless space or Wi-Fi planning. This is the perfect curriculum for you. It starts at the very base level and gives you everything you need to know so that you can become familiar with wireless technology. Where this is playing a super big role is we've partnered with high schools, STEM programs, junior colleges, tech universities, and they're using it to help educate their students on just that base information on what do you need what does it mean to be fixed wireless? What does it mean to be wireless technology? It covers radio frequency basics, Wi-Fi basics, antennas, interference, all of those kinds of just conceptual things you need to know before you start putting up equipment and creating a Wi-Fi solution. Each one of those little courses has a bunch of content objects in it, just like you kind of saw before, as well as tasks. We try to make it a little fun so that at the end of their senior year, they can actually buy an EP&P, bridge in a box is what it's called, and build a point-to-point solution in their backyard or down at the park or wherever they would like to try it. And we're seeing a lot of global involvement in this program, which is also neat. We're very lucky in the States that we have tremendous access to education and resources. That's not the case in some parts of the world. So I have a great student in Northern Africa. He can't be more than 15 years old, and he's taking this program, and he's got a really ambitious goal to actually put up Wi-Fi in his town. And so this is the base foundation to get that knowledge to get him started. So I encourage you, if you've got kids that are high school age, college age, or you're just one of those people that isn't really familiar with it, but you want to know more about wireless technology, this is a fantastic program to get that base knowledge. And it is available in Cambium Learning. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we'll see how savvy I am here. That worked. So I am going to give a quick little demo on what Cambium looks like and some of the golden nuggets, as I say, in the platform. So when you first click on learning.cambiumnetworks.com, this is where you get. You get to a landing page, and we call it the shopping window. So you can shop for classes, kind of peruse, window shopping, look at everything that's available, and you can see we have a ton of stuff. And then when you're ready to start looking at stuff and actually wanting to take something, you can go ahead and sign in. And as I mentioned before, it's your Cambium support ID is what will get you into the system. And that works with CM Maestro, Cambium support, and Cambium Learning. I'll just give it a second here to refresh my screen. There it goes. So on our homepage, we kind of help try to direct you. Here's that Cambium Connecting You program that I just talked about that you can enroll in and see all of the courses available there. We have our product training. That's your install configuration, really technical nuggets of information and training around Cambium solutions and Cambium products. We have our complete course catalogs where you can see everything just like you saw on the homepage. You can register for a live class. As I mentioned, these are still the Cadillac way to learn. Nothing replaces the value an instructor adds to a class and the camaraderie and collaboration of students in the classroom. And we highly encourage, if you have the means and you have the availability, by all means, that's the best way to go. And so you can click on there and you can see a complete list of all of our instructor classes and all of the sessions on when our partners are delivering those. And then our certifications, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we have 10 certifications. If you click there, you'll see a list of all those certifications to enroll. You'll also have over here your kind of profile. So I can see my activities and I can see my profile. My schedule is a little bit crazy because this is my test ID. So it tells me like when I was last in, all that kind of good stuff, how many I have to begin, how many I have in progress, how many I've completed. And if I click on my courses, I can see everything that I've already been interested in and if I want to take any of them. I can also view all of my certifications. If I've earned any, it'll show me here. And if you do earn a certification or take a class with a badge, you also get a badge. And you'll see over here a little kind of certificate icon. If I click on that, it will download a copy of my certificate. So feel free to use your activities to look at your stats, find your courses, all that kind of good stuff. Anytime you want to return back to the homepage, you just click on the Cambium logo and it takes you right back to the homepage. So for example, if I am interested in Cambium Connecting You and I click on that and I want to see what the program is about and get involved, you'll see there's a cute little welcome video that tells me about the program. And then here are those courses I was talking about. We have freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, and then we do have a special graduate level assignment. If you're really bold and you want to get that EP&P bridge in a box and set it up, we're here to support you with that. We also have a link over to our community. One thing that we know has happened in the industry for training over the last several years is it's never a one and done event anymore. It's never like, oh, I went to a class, yay, I'm done. I know everything I ever need to know. There's always, I've got a question, I need to know more. What about this situation? And that's where joining the community really comes into play. People post questions, people answer questions. It's an incredibly active community. I think it's got, I forget how many members, but thousands of members in there. And I strongly encourage you, if you have a question, you don't know how to get an answer or something, the community is where to go. Even for Connecting You, we have a post going on, a thread going on in our community for that. And Brad, our instructional designer on this program, monitors that, answers questions, helps people get started. So it's a great asset, kind of augments or helps the training and development world. So all you have to do to enroll is just click on the course title and it'll open up the course. And you'll be able to see all the content that's available in that course as well as additional information. Looks like my web browser is a little slow here. So I'll give it one more chance to the joys of doing a WebEx with your internet. So here's the course in itself, and you'll also notice far over on the right, we do have some artificial intelligence built into our system, and we do make recommendations for you based on the course that you're in. So this plays probably a little bit more sense when you're in product training. You might be looking at an install class, and we might have some advanced training recommendations for you. The course will always have a course description. This one's a little light, but you'll see there. And then we also have the content, so you can see exactly everything that you will be going through if you were to register in this course. So you get an idea, kind of a preview, like a table of contents in a book, if you will, everything you need to know to take it. So you can see some really great stuff in here. You know, what does it mean to be connected? What is MuMIMO? What is beamforming? They sound really funny, but they actually have a huge play in developing a fixed wireless network or a Wi-Fi network. Then when you're ready, you just click enroll. And that course will get added to your plan and you can start learning today. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back over to my slide deck here. Oops. So to kind of put it all together, I just wanted to encourage you to get learning today. There's our URL to get into Cambium Learning. If you do not have a Cambium support ID, you can register for one. It's real quick. It takes all of like 2 minutes. They validate your email, you get the ID, and you're good to go. And if you ever have any questions or you're taking a course and you got feedback for me or you get lost and can't find something, feel free to email me at jody.belt@cambiumnetworks.com. And then there's also my LinkedIn profile, so feel free to link in with me as well. Julie, that's all I have for today, so back over to you.
Thank you so much, Jody, for that presentation. We very much enjoyed it, full of great information. I do have some questions here for you, so let's get started. The first one here, and you may have answered some of these, are all of the events free on the learning platform, or how does that work as far as any costs are concerned?
Sure, absolutely. So anything that is e-learning or live webinar is at no cost, and you can go ahead and just take those at your will. Any instructor-led training does have an associated cost, and usually there's a course fee that once you click on a course and get redirected over to our certified partner, they'll have the course fee listed there for registration. And those, depending on where you are in the world, the price changes pretty much, but you can go and refer to them for that pricing. And then once you register, you pay them directly to attend their course.
Excellent, thank you. Next question here for you. Go Learn, is the login information the same as how we log in for standard Cambium account, or will we get all those answers when we register like you just spoke about?
It is the exact same. So whether you're logging into Cambium support or learning.cambiumnetworks.com, it's that same email and password that you would use on the mobile app. Just make sure you click the light blue single sign-on and not the dark blue that says sign in. That gets you nowhere. So scroll down and move the screen up a little bit and find the light blue box.
Got that. Thank you so much. Next question here. Again, regarding Go Learn, regarding certifications. And does it have examinations, or what happens, for example, if you run out of Wi-Fi while you're taking the test?
Both good questions. So there's kind of two parts to that. The first one is we currently do not have testing available on the Go.Learn app. Our vendor's working on an enhancement for that, and we should have that in 2020, but we don't have it for 2019. So all testing has to be done on a laptop or PC or something that has a web browser that's not a mobile device. If you lose like Wi-Fi or it drops out, it does have some caching memory. So in some cases, it will remember where you were and let you pick up and start there again. I wouldn't bank on that. I've seen more times where the Wi-Fi goes out, it crashes, and it makes you start all over again. So what I tell people when you're testing, make sure you've got good Wi-Fi connection, you've got the hour needed to complete the exam in one sitting, and then go for it. It doesn't work well a lot of times when you start the exam and, oh, I got to go to a meeting or I got to come back and then try and take it again. Wi-Fi connection is still a little funky around our exam, so plan to start one and finish one in one sitting, and usually about an hour will get you through any exam.
Excellent. Thank you, Jody. Next question here for you. You did answer this question. Can you go back and finish a course when it's done? I mean, is that a possibility regarding a course?
Yeah, absolutely. If you, from your My Activities page, you can click on any course that you've completed and you can review that material at any time. And I follow a practice that if we've updated material in a course or we've found a really good extra piece of content that's great for you to know, I'll query who's completed the course and I'll send them an email saying, hey, I know you've completed this, you might be interested in this as well. So you'll get periodic emails from me if you've completed courses and I think there's a piece of content that is new and fresh that you might find valuable. And you can review any of the material at any time. Best way to do it is through My Activities, then click on the course title of that course.
Excellent, thank you. Next question here, and I don't think this is a duplicate question. Are certifications free? How does that work?
Sure, absolutely. So we do charge for certifications for our customers. They're usually $100 per certification. We do offer promotions every once in a while, and anybody who is a connected partner of Cambium does get the certification exams for free. And those are usually distributors or distributors and VARs that sell Cambium solutions. They get the exams for free, but our external customers, they're just gaining knowledge. The cost is about $100 per exam.
Great, thank you. Next question here is from our Microcom Technologies sales support engineer. He is stating here that he's going to be taking, it looks like some certification courses within the next week or two. He's looking for some direct links for available certifications. Did you touch base on those earlier in your presentation?
Yeah, so the certifications, let me go back. I'm logged in as an external customer, but it's the same. You'll just see prices instead. So if I click, you see, I just noticed I clicked on that little menu icon in the upper left corner. That gives you a menu drop down. You'll see I clicked on Cambium Network Certifications. So these are the actual exams themselves, so the true tests. If you're looking for just e-learning to help you prepare for the exams, that's all going to be under product training. And you'll see on our product training page, it's grouped by product. So we'll have CM Pilot grouped together, EP&P grouped together, and all of those courses will provide the content to help prepare for the exam. This same content, like for example, the CM Pilot, if you were to take an instructor-led class, this is the exact same content that's in the instructor-led class. So whether you take it in e-learning or whether you take it as an instructor, it's the same information, same knowledge base. Did that answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Jody, for that. Next question here, regarding Cambium Connecting You, and I believe you may have answered this question already. You just showed us where to access all of that information. One of our salespersons is asking, but I think you've covered that. Am I correct?
Yeah, it'll be on the homepage. If you're a partner logging into our site, the homepage looks just slightly different because you get the connected partner links, but the icon is the same. It's a little kind of looks like a university building, and it'll say Cambium Connecting You. Click that, and it'll show you all the courses that you can enroll in.
Excellent, thank you. And being from Microcom Technologies, that's probably the exact avenue we'll take to look at that sort of thing. Okay, excellent. Looks like, let's see, last question here for you. Your certifications, how long are they valid? What's the expiration date?
Oh, great question. Yeah, certifications are valid for 2 years. When we migrated systems back in October, we had a little challenge with some of our data. So some people get a 3-year certification if your certification was imported in. But from the time you get them, they expire in 2 years from that date. And the system will automatically send you a reminder letting you know your certification is about to expire and a link for you to take. The only difference when you recertify is the exam's been updated to include any product releases or information that has changed since the last time you tested. But you might see even some of the exact same questions.
Excellent. That'll help our certified engineers because that's a lot of times they're looking for that information. So that's perfect.
Yeah, the system should
Jody,
tell them
thank you.
automatically.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much for answering all of those questions for us today. And thank you for giving us this overview and this wonderful latest information on Cambium Networks and how you guys approach learning and certifications and all the different ways to register and look at all the training. We appreciate it so much. And if anyone has any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if anyone is interested in looking at more of the training services that we have to offer, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And also, please remember this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so it can be viewed again. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Jody, thank you again for all of your help and your presentation and your time with us today.
Sounds great. Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye now.